You're watching Alaska's news source, KTUU Channel 2 Anchorage. And now, Alaska's morning news leader. This is the Channel 2 News Morning Edition.
Good morning. It's the morning edition on a Thursday morning.
There's a lot of mornings going on. A lot of mornings.
It is.
It's a nice morning out there. We kept talking all week long about the clouds are going to come back. The clouds are going to come back. Hey, the clouds are coming back.
They're back.
If you look out your window, they are starting to come back. Not quite yet. We still have a little bit of blue sky out there, but we're going to see some mostly cloudy skies later today. I'll have the full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Tracy. Well, we've been monitoring developing news overnight out of Washington. Democrats took over the floor of the U.S. House all day and all night, demanding a vote on gun control.
Tracy Potts has the story from Capitol Hill, where some lawmakers are still standing their ground even after everyone else went home.
While America was sleeping, they snuck out of Washington in the dark of night.
A bill before lawmakers would take 5.25% of the market value, or about $2.5 billion of permanent fund earnings to help pay for state government. The fund's CEO says she has concerns about the fund's ability to keep up with that expectation year after year.
One appears to be relaxing next to a cell phone, wallet, and other assorted items. No word on why someone would try to bring an iguana into the courthouse, and the question is, why wouldn't you?
How do you answer that? We need to check your bag.
That looked like a drawing with some crowns. I didn't even think that was real.
Yeah, it's an X-ray picture.
Yeah, I did. I was like,
poor little guy.
Everybody has their things. So, all right, 5:28 still ahead. Heated moments in the House. We're going to head to Capitol Hill, where Democratic lawmakers say the fight isn't over.
And making moves down into the Capitol, the potential changes for Alaska's multi-billion-dollar pipeline project.
Our time 5:35. Developments in the state capitol may mean major changes to the Alaska LNG project.
yeah, that's right. The governor's administration seems to be considering a brand new approach.
Channel 2's Beth Verge joins us live this morning to explain more. Beth?
Good morning. Well, the Walker administration could be considering an entirely different approach, as you said, to pushing the Alaska LNG pipeline project forward. Now, this is a proposal for an 800-mile-long gas line that would run from the North Slope to Nikiski, with the final project expected to cost somewhere around $55 billion. And the idea is to develop Alaska's vast natural gas resources in a safe, efficient manner, and to, of course, provide natural gas to people all around the state.
And later, teleprompter troubles, why a very common tool on the presidential campaign stage is becoming a distraction for Donald Trump's audiences. It's Thursday, June 23rd. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here in our second hour. So we read from the teleprompter, but of course it's Trump, so it's teleprompter troubles.
Yeah.
That should be an interesting one, and it's from CNN's Jeannie Moos, so you
love
know
her.
where that's going.
Love her. Yeah, so today's...
Actually, for the past several months, certainly while we were in session, in meetings I had with him, he made reference to the idea.
Now, ConocoPhillips has confirmed the Walker administration's proposal of a state-controlled pipeline. We're not able to contact Governor Walker himself just yet, but next Wednesday the legislature will get its quarterly review of the project. MJ and Ariane.
Thanks, Beth. Well, lawmakers might be too optimistic in their plans to use money from the permanent fund to help pay for state government. Well, that's what the corporation's chief executive officer told the editorial board of the Fairbanks Daily News Miner yesterday. A bill before lawmakers would take 5.25% of the market value, or about $2.5 billion of permanent fund earnings to help pay for state government. The fund's CEO says she has concerns about the fund's ability to keep up with that expectation year after year. Well, love them or hate them, but more traffic roundabouts are coming to Anchorage this summer. 3 are about to be built across town. Now, the first will be at Johns Road and Clatt Road. That will be in South Anchorage, and traffic will be impacted for about 6 weeks north of Johns Road, and that will start tomorrow. Now, the 2 other roundabouts will be coming in at the intersections of Sand Lake and Diamond, and then West Park Drive and Diamond. Construction for those expected to begin after July 4th and should last about a month. And drivers, you want to take note that the roundabouts at Dowling Road will be closed for paving work, and that will start tonight at 8, and that will go through tomorrow morning at 6. The Seward Highway's ramps and Brayton and Homer Drives will also be closed at Dowling Road as well.
If you see something in the city that needs work, there's now a new way to tell the city. People will now be able to submit online requests to repair roads, park trails, city light fixtures, and about anything else you can think of. So to make a request, you can go to the Muni's website and click on the new link #ANCHWorks! However, city officials say that while the link promotes the hashtag, it doesn't want people to submit requests for work through social media.
Tell us what's wrong and how we can fix it, and we'll route it to the correct department, and then you'll get a number that you can check on to see the progress of how it's going.
BAP says the time it takes to devote to each suggestion will vary. The main reason for the new system is to allow people to track their suggestion and be able to submit ideas easily.
Well, a new video game inspired by Inupiaq folklore launches globally for Android devices today. The game Never Alone KI Edition was also made available in the App Store for Apple devices earlier this month. The first of its kind puzzle platform game launched for the first time in November of 2014 and taps into generations of Inupiaq legends and storytelling. The game was developed through a partnership between the Cook Inlet Tribal Council and a game development company.
Very cool. I got caught up in that animation. That was cool. So you might want to keep your eyes peeled this morning as you go around town.
Well, that's because actor Shia LaBeouf is apparently in town in partnership with Vice Media. He's traveling the world, and he's actually posting his journey on social media with the hashtag #TakeMeAnywhere.
Yeah, yesterday evening he posted a photo with coordinates that places him right here in Anchorage.
So if you see Shia, let us know. We're going to be on Star Search. Get it?
Get it?
Star
Search.
I do remember that. I'm
That was a good one.
It was a good one. I'm trying to think
Give
of
you
what he
4
looks like.
stars. Oh, Shia,
Name the
what,
host.
Shia?
Yeah.
Oh, the host or Shia?
Name the host. Name the host.
Oh my gosh, don't know.
Ed McMahon.
Ed McMahon.
Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, of course.
There you go.
Yeah. My mind is too busy right now. Way too busy.
Speaking about stars.
Clouds.
Clouds, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at clouds today, increasing clouds. In other words, this is what it looks like from our Eagle River camera. And yeah, we are starting to see definitely more clouds than we saw yesterday, but it is still beautiful out there. 58 degrees now out at Stevens International Airport. So continuing to warm up nicely this morning, pretty calm winds, and we're looking at those partly cloudy.
Well, 616, for almost as long as people have been dying, con artists have also been trying to scam the survivors. Despite a government crackdown in recent years, the frauds continue.
Yeah, Scott Cohen from CNBC's American Greed has some tips on how to protect yourself and your loved ones.
It was a $450 million scam run by Missouri businessman Doug Cassidy. The scam, profiled on CNBC's American Greed, involved prepaid funeral contracts, a little fast talking, and a lot of whiteout to change the contracts. And
Now, Channel 2 weather with meteorologist Tracy Sinclair.
And good morning. Well, we've had a lot of sunshine here in South Central over the last several days. Now the clouds are moving in, but that just means sunshine for much of the rest of the state. Here is what's going on our Pacific satellite shot. We do have still some high pressure in the northern Pacific. That is sliding to the east, and that means we're going to see some clearing skies in southeast Alaska. Also seeing some high pressure to the north, interior and northern Alaska, getting to see those clear skies. But this system moving through the Aleutian Islands now through Bristol Bay, bringing with it a little bit of lofts as well, looking for some westerly winds to about 30 miles per hour for you today. In South Central, increasing clouds. We have that red flag warning in place. Temperatures, that goes into effect at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Temperatures inland into the mid-70s in the Matanuska, Susitna valleys for the Copper River Basin. On the Kenai Peninsula, looking for daytime highs in the mid-60s. Now here in Anchorage, we're looking for increasing clouds, decreasing sun, and a high of about 70 degrees, mid-60s. For our daytime temperatures throughout the weekend into the beginning of next week, and we do have a chance to see some rain showers coming through as well. Even though we aren't going to see a whole lot of sun today, we are still seeing over 19 hours, 20 minutes, and 37 seconds of daylight out there, but that is a loss of 37 seconds from yesterday. We'll be back with the morning edition right after this.
Welcome back, everyone. To no one's surprise, Donald Trump delivered a speech railing against Hillary Clinton yesterday.
But it was something about the delivery that caught the attention of social media.
Yeah, the Donald's pauses are what people are talking about. CNN's Jeannie Mose tells us all about Trump's teleprompter technique.
The teleprompter may once have prompted disdain from Donald Trump, We should have a law that when you're running for president, you're not allowed to use a teleprompter.
The Donald would have broken that law a handful of times by now. One critic calls it
the teleprompter.
And though still a little wooden, he's getting better. When he stumbled, reading just takes practice. Miss one little "the" on prompter, and it sounds like you've got meat on your mind.
This is why steaks in November are so great.
Steaks are pretty great anytime. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
I can't.
She always finds a silver lining, but that was funny.
Yeah. Well, and I have to say, it is difficult to go from just being able to chat to suddenly having to read words that are in front of you.
Yes,
I'm
it is.
saying.
It is a challenge.
It is a skill.
I'm a witness to that. But I mean, I'm laughing so hard my coffee's gonna like spill out. It's like.
It was the tweets, the breathe right strips and Googling nasal disorders. But leave it to Jeannie Mose to find
She's very good.
those.
Yeah.
Well, 6:28 coming up, heated moments in the House. We're going to head to Capitol Hill where Democratic lawmakers say the fight there isn't over.
The Alaska LNG project could be fueling Alaska's future under singular ownership, what we know so far.
Back here on the Morning Edition, our time 6:44. In health news this morning, a new cancer study reveals diet and exercise guidelines are extremely effective in reducing your chances for cancer. Researchers found people who followed the cancer prevention guidelines were 10 to 45% less likely to be diagnosed with cancer. So Mamaroo, not kangaroo, Mamaroo, it's actually a robotic device that is unlike any other bouncy tool and swing, and it can actually mimic a mom's touch.
Yeah, and that's what helps some NICU patients develop into babies strong enough to go home. And Haley Hernandez shows us how it works.
The NICU is not a soothing environment. Lots of people, lights, and constant noises. It's too stimulating for an infant.
So that's another positive. It drowns out all the sound too, the beeping, stuff like that.
And now, the Channel 2 Sports Minute.
Anchorage's Lael Wilcox beats all the women and all the men in her Trans-American bike race victory. Wilcox covering over 4,200 miles in 18 days and 10 minutes to become the first American to win that race and first female champion outright. The race is self-supportive from Astoria, Oregon to Yorktown, Virginia. Alaska Baseball League, the Chinooks cool off the Bucks 7-3. The Black and Gold had scored 29 runs in the last 4 games. Tim Millard 3 for 4, 3 RBIs. In Fairbanks, the Goalpanners downed the Oilers 3-1 before resuming play in the Midnight Sun game. The 111th Solstice Classic was suspended around 1:30 Wednesday morning because of darkness. NBA draft on Thursday. Some transactions on the eve before the Bulls trade former MVP Derrick Rose to the Knicks in a 5-player deal. Kevin Wells, Channel 2 Sports.
Talk about cheering. If you get a chance to see footage on social media or just online of the parade yesterday in Cleveland.
Wow, a lot of people.
Amazing.
Millions of people. They had the aerial shot. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I just look at that and I think I don't like anything that much to go into a crowd that size.
Yeah.
There's really
It's like
nothing.
the New Year's
Pope. I would
celebrations
probably
in
go
New
see the
York.
Pope. I would go see the Pope for that much, for that many people. For today, increasing clouds here in the Anchorage area, a high of about 70 degrees. A chance of showers tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. In fact, all the way through Monday. Daytime temperatures into the mid-60s for the next several days. So it's going to be a little bit cooler, not dramatically cooler out there, but it's going to be nice and warm today, even if the clouds are coming back in.
So it's kind of like day 3 of that little warmth. A little
Yeah,
bit.
take it because it's going away.
It is going to go away for a little bit.
Yeah,
Not
it was
too long.
nice. Thanks for giving it to us.
Sure.
We're
Well,
gonna
let's
cheers.
give cheers to, it's Thursday.
That's always something to cheer
You
about.
know what?
It's almost
One day
Friday.
to the
It's
weekend.
almost
It's
Friday.
Friday
Cheers,
Eve.
everybody.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you back same time, same place tomorrow.